Hello viewers and welcome back to the show. Today we have for you guys a 2009 Mercedes SLK-350. The vehicle just dropped off and it is here today for a radio upgrade as well as a rear view camera. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working on today, guys, so bear with us. We'll take you guys through the installation process. All right, so first of all, here we're going to go ahead and remove this unit that the previous owner had in this vehicle. This customer of ours does not want anything to do with this. It's finicky, it's not stable, it's just headache for him and he doesn't want to deal with any of that. So we're going to be taking this out and putting the DMX5710S, and we're also going to add a rear view camera, and then all his steering wheel controls are going to be retained. For the installation on this SLK, here we have our dash kit. It is a Metra product. The part number is 998713. Okay, and beside the dash kit here we have our radio harness. This is the radio integration harness, and it's also going to do our factory steering wheel control retention. This is from Metra. The part number is let me see, where is the part number on this guy? Okay, so here we have our part number AXDIMB1. So radio harness as well as steering wheel control retention. And on here we have our, this is the MOS 25 amp retention. This one is it's also from Metra. It's going to help retain our factory optic fiber amplifier in this vehicle. So this is exclusively for a vehicle with fiber optic amplifier input. All right, guys. Okay. And on here, obviously, we have our Kenwood radio DMX5710S. Let's get started, guys. Here we are. We have the our old radio out of the vehicle, and we notice, as you guys can see, it's there is a whole lot of mess behind the radio there. You look at this. This is what they use as an antenna adapter, for example. That's the antenna adapter. Look at all the wiring that comes with it. This is just making the installation so messy. For a simple adapter, there is, I don't know, maybe a 12-feet cable. You shouldn't use this. Just use a short version. Simple. Make the installation clean. Also, on here we have a Chinese CAN bus module. All of that is going to come out. And we're gonna go ahead and clean up because there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. This other module here, I don't even know what it is for. I tried to trace where it is going. It looks like they had it connected to this USB that they have on the glove box, on the armrest there. But we're gonna have to take all this junk stuff out. Now, that is not it, guys. So when we removed the radio, we were testing the speakers, and we noticed that the driver's side speaker was not responding. So we did go ahead and dismantle the door, as you guys can see there, and we noticed that they actually had some aftermarket speaker installed on there. So I do not know if the factory speaker was faulty here, but for some reason they decided to replace it with this junky Boss audio speaker. This is, I don't know, this is a very low-end speaker. I do not understand how they decided to install something like this in this Mercedes, but it is what it is. So I think we're gonna have to call this customer and talk to him about these speakers. We're gonna need to replace this thing. This doesn't make sense. This is a very low-end speaker in a Mercedes like this. It doesn't make sense, guys. So we're gonna reach out to the customer to see what to do with the speakers here. So let's take this thing out first of all and see what's in there. Okay, so there we are. So this is what they did here. This is a Bose Chaos 300 watt max power CH6530. This to me is straight junk, guys. We're gonna have to throw this out and put some real speakers, something that can actually reproduce some music accurately in here. We're probably gonna keep this factory mid-range With the installation they did, they completely disconnected the factory mid-range. As you can see here, it's completely disconnected. We're probably going to reuse it, like connect it back and then replace this one. So this here, we're going to have maybe the rear channel feeding this speaker and then the front channel feeding this speaker. What we can also do is feed this together with the tweeter. Well, when I talk about tweeter, this is what it is. So this is the non-amplified version. So we're not going to be using our MOS25 amplifier interface on this vehicle. And as you can see, because it's the non-amplified version, they did have the connector ready for the tweeter, but there's actually no tweeter in here. As you can see, this is the cover that goes up here. So you see there's no tweeter. We're gonna find the tweeter to add on here and probably feed this line together with the mid-range that is under here, off of the rear channel or maybe off of the front channel of the radio, and then feed the woofer off of the other channel. If we use the front here, we're gonna use the rear here. We use the rear here, we're gonna use the front over here. So that's what I'm thinking we're gonna have to do here. But like I said, we need to call the customer and discuss all of that with him first before we make any move. We happen to be extremely lucky on this installation. We had on our bench here some old tweeters that came out of a factory direct fit power base. As you can see, there is branded power base. So we happen to have some of these tweeters hanging around on our bench here, and guess what, guys, it actually fits perfectly on this spot. Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Perfect fit, guys. You see the clips? The clips are holding it perfectly. It looks like this thing was designed exactly for this location, guys. Okay, guys? So we are very lucky on this one, guys. We have the perfect direct fit for it. We're just gonna install it on there and then feed it off of maybe the rear channel of the radio. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with that, but we're gonna be using this location and install the tweeters on there. Okay? So that's gonna be really good. That's perfect. Quick update here with the progress with our SLK. Okay, right now Romeo is working at the back. He's gonna route the cable for the rear view camera. We have our door panel out. We remove the mounting bracket that is on here for the speakers, the mid-range and the woofer, and we're gonna add a tweeter up here. So we're gonna replace these speakers with a component set. So the woofer is gonna go on here. We're gonna have a tweeter up here, and the mid-range is, we're gonna retain the factory mid-range. And over here on the bench, and I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So real quick, this is what the previous shop did in this vehicle. So they did build this sort of ring that you can see on there, some sort of adapter. So the Boss speaker that I had on there can fit. So, but that wasn't really well done, because you can see it's shaky. They put a bunch of screws just to hold it from coming out, but that was pretty much it. It wasn't a really good job. So we're gonna redo this thing so it's better than this, and we're gonna replace these speakers with a Kenwood. All right, guys. So let's start wrapping our head around this, see what we're gonna do here. All right, folks, I have a quick update for you guys here. So first of all, it's not the amplifier version of this Mercedes. So the MOS25 interface is not gonna be used in this installation. So this piece is out of the equation now. So put it on the side. We're still gonna stick with our Metro harness, the radio harness. The dash kit remains the same, no problem. But also we have a new piece coming into the equation now. So here we are. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this woofer so we see what it looks like. All right, they come with a grill, obviously, so we're not going to be using the grill on this install. So here we go. By the way, these are 80 watt RMS. So these are our Kenwood woofer that we're going to be using on here. As it is right now, we're not doing any amplification, but down the road, the customer is planning to amplify those to get a little bit more juice out of it. There we go. So this is our woofer. Let's put it on the side, and then let's take a look at the tweeters. All right, guys. So here are the tweeters, but we are not gonna use these Kenwood tweeters because, like I showed you guys before, we had our power-based tweeter that are that fits perfectly in this pot. So we're gonna stick with our power-based tweeter on this install. We're not gonna be using the Kenwood. All right. So we're already good to go here with the tweeters. All right, guys. So we're sticking with those. We cut the rings out of the ABS, as you can see here. It's now really perfect because, like I said, it was quite complex to come up with a shape. I even thought maybe it was going to be a good idea to 3D print something for this, but at the end of the day, it was going to take a lot of time and extra money. I'm not sure if the customer would have been okay with that. So I ended up deciding to go ahead and do what I can do without adding extra cost to the project. So I went ahead and cut these rings out of ABS. I used the glue all around to glue the ring to the factory plastic. I went ahead and I cut these rings out of sound shield material all around the ABS. First of all, it seals the joint, and then second of all, it also serves as a nice and smooth surface for the speaker to sit on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and attach the speaker on there. So one of the speaker has been attached already. So here we have this is the driver's side. The driver's side is complete. It's well sealed all around there. And if you want to see the back, it's pretty much the same deal here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and make these connections. There will be like I said, the front stage is gonna go directly to the woofer, and then the rear stage is gonna go through to this mid-range. We already have a capacitor here that serves as a crossover, and the tweeters that are going up in the door, they also have a filter on there, so it's already integrated to it. So the rear stage is gonna come straight here, and then straight on the other side here. This one has its filter, this one has its filter, and that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mount these in the vehicle now. Let's do that. Well, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and mount the second speaker on here. So here's our speaker. Oh, there we go. We're not using the grill here, so stepping on the side. And here's our woofer. So let's mount it on here, just like this. Let me copy the other side. So the screws are up top there. So one like this, one like this. There we go. So we're gonna attach it on there like that, guys. Here we have it, guys. We have our tweeters and woofers ready to go in the vehicle. So we're gonna go ahead and install it right now. All right, guys, so let's go. Okay, so let's go ahead and mount our driver's side speaker set here, guys. It's gonna go on there like this. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the screws here, so I can't do it with one hand. I'm gonna have to stop recording. I'm at the bar, it was 12 or something. I ordered 2 more wines, cause tonight
I want it. A little context if you care to listen. I find myself in a position. The man that I love sat me down last night.
So there we have our Kenwood radio fully installed. All functions are fully operational. The Mercedes is complete. The installation is done here. I'm just going to take you over to the back so we can take a quick look. That's our rear view camera up there, factory style, nice and clean. And over in the vehicle, here we have our new radio. So we have our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto Kenwood unit fully installed with steering wheel and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly test the rear view camera here. So let me put the vehicle on reverse. There we go. Rear view camera fully functional. Okay, so this customer is good to go.